Hey everybody, it's Kristina, and I decided to do a wisdom uh, reading for Pisces. This is just insight, some messages from the cards. I'm using the ocean and the mermaids and dolphins decks. There are two different decks, very beautiful cards, lovely insight messages. I've already done the life purpose zodiac readings. I've done that earlier, June and July, so feel free to check that out, the zodiac life purpose readings. But this is just wisdom and some insight for the zodiac signs, just some things to look out for in your life. So, about me, my name is Kristina. I am an empath, a starseed, an archangel, and Reiki healer. I do meditations. I do tarot readings. And, I was always gifted, but I always kept my gifts to myself. Like, I never shared them with others. I never did readings and healings for other people. But that changed this summer. I have a weak heart, and in June I really went downhill very, very fast. And I've just been urged at the soul level to just share my gifts with others and try to heal as many people as I can while I'm still here, and just heal as many people. I'm just here to walk my path and my spiritual journey, and to struggle for everybody on this path. So I just want to help and do what I can to help others on their path as well. So, and I've already mixed the cards up, so all I gotta do is just pull the messages and tell you what I feel about them. So, here we go. Seven of Swords, loss. This could be anything, because this is a general reading. It might be the loss of a friend, loss of a relationship, loss of a loved one. It could be loss of a thing in your life that was very dear to you, loss of a possession, loss of a business, loss of money, loss of income. It could be anything. So just look into your life and see, how this applies to you. If this hasn't happened to you yet, it could be on the way. The energy could be on the way to you. Loss. If you haven't been grieving over something in the past, you might be in the near future. Just a little heads up. I guess Spirit wants you to know, just to give you a heads up that, you could possibly lose something you haven't already. It be something small, or be something much bigger. So just, be on the lookout for that. And Queen of Pentacles, kindness. So this could be you. You could be this kind, wonderful, amazing, smart, counselor type of person. Or you could know someone like this in your life, someone who's very understanding, sincere, and just beautiful person inside and out. Or this person with these traits could be in the way to you. So if this card applies to you and you're the kindness person, if you're amazing and good non-judgmental person. You know, you could be this beautiful person, or you know, you can know this person in your life, or this person could be on the way to you. So just be aware of that. You know, if you have this person in your life already, you know, treat them, you know, the way they deserve to be treated. Knight of Cups, proposals. You know, it could be marriage. I mean, that's the first thing that we think about when we think of proposal. But it could be anything, really. Propose. It could be business. You know, proposal on a business, or you know, it doesn't mean you know walking down the aisle. You know. Just anything, some kind of business venture, you know, a raise, a promotion, you know, someone wants to give you more money, you know, someone's proposing to rearrange your job, you know, give you more money, you know, negotiations, you know, just proposals can be anything. Romantic relationships to business relationships, you know, it could be just about anything. So just examine your life and see how this card could apply to you, and what it can mean. You know, it means something other than romantic relationships and you know marriage. You know, could mean business related ventures, you know. So just see how this card, you know, strikes you. Knight of Wands, activity. You know, movement, things progressing. That's how I feel about this card. You know, just moving forward in life, doing things, keeping busy, you know, busy work, just steady moving, you know, and, you know. Could also mean having fun, enjoying life, dancing, you know. It could be anything, any kind of activity, it's movement, you know. It could be business, you know, your business could be flourishing, you know, more customers, more clientele, you know, lots of activities there, you know, the money making. Or it could just be having fun. And there's my dog, so it could be just having fun, or it could be, you know, exercising, or you know, yoga, just stretching. So it could be just anything, just any kind of, you know, advancing and, you know, moving around and just flourishing, you know, and progressing. That's what this card could mean a lot of things. So, you know, since it's a general reading, just see how this applies to you and to your life. What kind of activities are you embarking on and doing? And I got 8 of Wands, travel, which goes hand in hand with the activity card I just pulled. So maybe that's what it means. Maybe it's clarification. You know, travel, you're going somewhere, you're moving, you know, on a cruise. And that'd be awesome, right? On a cruise. You could be going somewhere, you know, just work, just business related travel. Not fun, you know, travel, but just, you know, you have to go somewhere for your job or your career, or, you know, seminars, you know, meetings, you know, whatever. But it just means, you know, movement, and travel is taking place for a person. Maybe you're traveling to meet someone, you're traveling to be with someone, you're traveling just for pleasure, you're traveling for business. So it's just just again, see how this card applies to your life. Three of Swords, heartache. We all hate that feeling, don't we? That heartache. And that goes along with the Lost card that I pulled earlier. I just love how these cards kind of play on each other. Maybe you're feeling this loss of a person in your life that meant something to you, or loss of a pet. It could be the loss of a best friend. Maybe you just grew apart or something. Or just loss of something that was near and dear and close to you. That's what this card is saying, that you just feel that loss, that human loss, that grieving period, that sadness, like you've lost something and you're wanting it back, and you want that good feeling back, but, it's just not there right now. You're just missing and grieving over this person or thing that you've lost in your life. Five of Swords, conflict. So I feel like maybe some mixed emotions about something in your life. Like you're torn. Something is just, your thoughts are perhaps scattered. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to decide upon, what kind of decision to make. It could be a job. Maybe decisions you have to make for your job, and you don't know because you're afraid of making the wrong decision. That could affect your income and yourself, and and other people perhaps in your organization. It could be anything. But something is just weighing you down right now, and just and you're just not feeling really good. You got decisions to make, and you don't know which one to make, which path to take. And it kind of goes along with the heartache too. Because when you're feeling conflicted, you're not feeling very good. You're not feeling very, very wonderful. So you just feel heavy inside, and that's what this card is saying. That you just feel really just hurting, because you don't know what to do with whatever decision you have to make. You just don't know what to do. I got the World, regeneration. What does that mean? Well, that means bouncing back. Like you've been through a dark period, perhaps. Things just weren't so hot, so amazing. Things were just kind of, not so good feeling. But now things are moving along. They're starting to feel better, starting to feel good again. Starting to get some mojo back. So it's like a rebirth. Things are starting over, starting fresh. It's new beginnings. So it could be anything: business, relationships, job, whatever. Something is bouncing back. Something is being born again. Like a new lease on life. So, see, how does that apply to you? Knight of Wands, defense. Whenever I see this card, I've pulled it a couple times. To me, it means standing strong, standing to your truth. Like, you know, maybe someone is attacking you, attacking your integrity, attacking you as a person, you know, your opinions, your beliefs. You know, don't let people tear you down, don't let them take you down. Stand tall, stand strong. You know, if you believe in something with conviction, then hold on to that belief, you know, and don't let people deter you, you know, and try to make you change your mind about something. You know, just go with your gut feeling, and, you know, and just be honest, be real, you know, be authentic. Just defend yourself, what your beliefs are. Defend who you are as a person, you know. If people can't respect how you feel, then, you know, don't worry about it. It's not your problem. It's their problem. But just stay true to who you are. Stay true, you know, to your soul and your truth. And I got Knight of Pentacles, loyalty. So you're feeling loyal to something or someone. It could be your employer. Maybe you have a job offer and you don't want to leave your employer hanging in the wind because, you know, they really need you. You hate to leave. Maybe you're loyal to a person, you know, a relationship, you know, and maybe you want to be committed to this person. You know, what are you loyal to? Maybe you're loyal to an animal, you know, you don't want to give away your dog because you have to move, and this new place won't take pets, so you have to look for a place that will take your dog. You know, what are you loyal to? You know, what are you holding on to with love, and, you know, so I know it's a good card. I mean, it means you have integrity, you know. So, but that's what this card says. You're a person with integrity, you know, and you're loyal, you know. You're not going to leave your loved ones hanging, you know. You're going to stay with them. Six of Wands, success, and I'll leave it at this card. I'll just leave it here because I think this is such a positive card. I think you can top it. So maybe you had a rebirth, and you know, feeling really good, and this shows how good you are, how good you're feeling. You're successful now, and things are looking up for you. Things are moving along, and everything's all right with the world. So that's what this card says. You know, positive things are happening, or they're going to be happening. So just, you know, keep positive and keep moving, and just keep working on yourself. You know, and doing your thing, and everything's going to work out in the end. So I'm going to see what the mermaids and dolphins have to tell us. Protection. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. You know, Archangel Michael is like the guardian angel. You know, he is always there when you call upon him. At least in my mind, he is. You know, just feel that energy, feel protected and cared about and loved by source energy. And that's what this card is saying, that you're being protected, you're being loved, you're being cared for. So if you have any doubts or any insecurities or any worries, just hand them over to source and let them take care of it, you know, with the higher beings. take care of your worries, and so you can go on with your life and not have, any fears. And you can always call upon Michael, Archangel Michael. He's good at showing up when you need him. So. Morning affirmations. So say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestations. I don't do this myself. So what I do is I do meditate. But yeah, there's all kinds of videos on YouTube. I mean, there's so many. A lot of beautiful YouTube videos to meditate to. Just do what resonates to you and what you enjoy listening to. Makes you feel good. But yeah, whether you do the affirmations or not, meditating is just a wonderful way to start the day and end the day. I meditate, when I wake up, and then, at the end of the day, or sometimes even in the middle of the day, just to cleanse myself, and just to give myself some uplifting feelings. I can't meditate enough. I just love it. So, if you're not meditating already, this card says, now's a good time to start. And start, and just working on your desires and focus on what you would like to achieve as you meditate. Ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. I said that, didn't I? Focus on what you want to create and meditate. I love how these readings, they just all flow together. Yeah. Anyway, just focus when you meditate, as I said, like a minute ago. Just focus on what you'd like to have in your life. And of course, we all want a mansion and a yacht and, a Ferrari and, and a goddess body, but let's keep it real here. Not fantasy life. Let's just keep it realistic. Have a simple place to live that's safe, and a simple car that's reliable, good relationship, healthy body, let's just keep it down to earth here. So, but yeah, meditate, and focus on your down to earth desires, and focus on what you would like to have at this time. Magic. This is like the magical card. You get the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. So, things are going to start manifesting. As long as you meditate, put that positive spin into your world. Put that positive energy into things. You can find that things are going to start looking up for you. And everything that was going wrong for you is just will slowly turn around, and you're going to have that magical touch. It's going to snap your fingers and things will appear. Well, not really, but it will seem like that. It's just everything will start flowing into your life. So just be on the lookout for things improving for you. And don't be afraid to try new things, new ventures, new projects, new jobs, because you never know, they could really turn out to be something amazing. So you don't want to miss out on these great opportunities just because you're afraid to try something. And simplify your life, which is something we all need to do from time to time. Just throw away the clutter from your home and work life to balance your flow of activities. Just do some house cleaning, clean your office, clean your room, your space, even your mind. Just, clear these dark energies, get rid of what isn't serving you, what you don't need, and focus on what you do need. You know, the more things that we have, and the more attached we are to Earth life. You know, and it's just a reality. And you know, not to be Debbie Downer or anything, but life is very temporary. And Spirit has urged me to do away with a lot of my stuff, so that, you know, I won't have fears, or, you know, I won't feel so stuck on Earth, because eventually I will be going home. And, you know, Earth is not my home. But you know what I mean. You know, don't be so attached to your material possessions that you can't get rid of some stuff. You know, do an inventory of what you need and what you don't need, what you can live with, what you can't live without, and you know, just get rid of some stuff, and see how lighter you feel when you have less belongings, less things to hold on to. It's a nice card. Peacefulness, right? We all like that. Make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. This goes back to meditating, you know, which I love. You know, sometimes if I really need that uplift, I'll light some candles and meditate, or, you know, I will put some roses in my bath and soak, and it's so nice and peaceful, and it's just such a great feeling. So yeah, I invite you to do that, to feel that amazing. You know, it's just the simple things that you can do to bring that feeling of goodness into your life. That's what this card is saying. Just bring some peace into your world. Meditate. You know, that'll be a great start. Just make time to relax. Be quiet. You know, just enjoy the solitude. And, you know, just let everything be. So take care of yourself. You know, if you're taking a nice bubble bath, or light some candles, just chill, listen to jazz, you know, whatever. And you'll feel so much better. I'll pull one more card. Make a decision. Feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. And dogs are deciding to act up. So just listen to your gut, you know, just listen to what your soul wants you to do. Your higher self, your soul, you know, your spiritual team, archangels, whoever you like to go to for advice, you know. Don't listen to your friends, don't listen to your mates, or your spouse, or, you know, your best friends, because they don't really know what's best for you. Only you know what's best for you, and your spiritual team knows what's best for you. So just go with what you feel is right. Make a decision. So just honor how you feel. That's all you can do. Honor how you feel and act on that. So, well, we're not done quite yet. I have some beautiful cards from the universe has my back, and I'm going to pull a card and leave you with that message. So here we go. I'm going to pull a very vivid card. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with eyes of love. Well, it's definitely a loving card. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with eyes of love. You know, we all have the past. We all have past memories that, you know, aren't so good, aren't so pretty. But when you meet someone for the first time, don't let those bad memories get in the way. Start over fresh. If you meet Jane, don't think about Sue, who did you wrong. Or if John was a jerk to you, don't take it out on Joe. It's not Joe's fault. John was a jerk. You gotta give people the benefit of the doubt. And trust them, love them, and care for them. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with eyes I love. So, just be open-minded, with a new relationship or a new special person. Just be open to what could be. And go with love in your life. Love always wins. Love always, saves the day. Hate doesn't save the day. So, just leave you with that. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone's first time with eyes of love. So, go with love. Thanks for watching. And if you need anything, give me a shout out.